Well, hey, it's David. Welcome back to Cross Fitness, helping men and women get in the best spiritual shape of their lives one workout at a time. Quick thought in this video that I'm calling some people. Some people. I was listening to a sermon by Pastor Craig Rochelle from my church today, and he was in Mark chapter 8, and he was talking about the blind man that some people brought to Jesus to be healed. And ultimately he was. But I just want to accentuate the some people. The blind man couldn't find his way to Jesus, but some people brought him there. Remind me of another group of some people, the paralytic. They couldn't move, and the Bible says some people brought him to Jesus. One took him up on the roof, tore the roof off, and lowered him down. Some people lowered him down right there in front of Jesus. His sins were forgiven and his body was healed. He took up his mat and he walked, and all because of some people. It reminded me of me how I get around. For the last 10 years, I've not had a driver's license. That was stripped from me 10 years ago when I couldn't read the third line on the chart. It was an emasculating time. And it's like, whoa, is this really happening? And now it's hard for me to see the baby at the top, let alone the second line. And so some people in my life are responsible for enabling me to have a high quality life. Over the weekend we had some friends flying from Tennessee out here in California. We went to the Ronald Reagan Museum, and some people helped me around through that dark museum. And I couldn't have experienced it, had a good time at all. They read things to me, and they helped me to enjoy that. Yesterday my wife, we went down, she wanted to take a hike to a waterfall, and so she's holding my hand and she's describing me the rocks and the gullies and fence rails and this and that all the way down to the waterfall. It was a long hike, and without her I just couldn't have experienced that joy of being at the waterfall and listening to the water and the frogs and have that beautiful experience with her. So there are some people in your life and some people in my life that help us to get through what we're going through, to get through the messy middle, to call us out when we could do better, to encourage us when we're discouraged, to right size things when we're disappointed. We need some people in our lives that will add value to us, that will lift us up, that will help us get through the messy middle and across the finish line in life. So I was just impressed with that word, some people. And these aren't people that they don't want an accolade, they don't need their names mentioned. They weren't trying to fix the blind man in Mark chapter 8. They just brought him to Jesus. And hey everybody, isn't that a good thing for you and I and some people to do? Is just bring people to Jesus. We don't need to know the doctrine and theology as much as we need to know Jesus and say, hey, let me introduce you to somebody that can help you. And so maybe we be one of those some people that help somebody else get to where they need to go. Give them a hand up, not a handout, and to get through what they're going through. And I hope that encourages you just a little bit. For now, I'm David, your virtual mentor, reminding you that I'm always for you, never against you. Let's be the hands and feet of Jesus today. Grace and peace.